Hello and welcome to MSys podcast series. This is your host Trini Dantiv, and today we are talking to Mr. Pankaj Saraf, who is the Senior Technical Architect at MSys Technologies. Hello Pankaj,
Hi Rini,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I think it's great that we are doing this podcast on a hot topic like Docker, and even better that we have someone as experienced as you to enlighten us.
Thank you.
So, Pankaj, would you like to introduce yourself and your scope of work at MSys?
I have previously worked on virtualization and storage technology development, specifically into kernel programming and file systems. My area of expertise actually belongs into the file system, in kernel space, and enterprise application development. Currently here in MSys, I am working as a senior technical architect and leading our OpenStack Excellence Center. We have successfully deployed OpenStack based private cloud. We have our own private cloud with all scalability features like multi-cloud scaling. We are also working on POCs for Docker use cases. We are working on the orchestration on OpenStack for virtual machines and Dockers. We are focused on the Dockers and containers, and we are trying to implement effective deployment of the pipeline for continuous integration and continuous delivery.
Wonderful. So, Pankaj, can you tell us what is Docker?
Docker is an open source project that automates application deployment inside software containers. It provides additional layer of abstraction with the help of underlying system level virtualization.
Pankaj, what is the use of Docker containers?
So we can use Dockers for local development on any of the Linux system. It is quite very faster than your VirtualBox VMs, and we can use it on remote servers, but I think unless you use CodeFleet or some cluster manager like Kubernetes, it will have a limited usefulness. And it can be beneficial though if you need to maintain different environment in the same host,
Hmm?
but containers enable you to create isolated environment to run your applications as they have their own file system, their
Okay.
own network stack, user processes and so on. So conflicts between the existing software in the main system are minimized, and it provides the additional security inside your container.
Oh, okay. So, also, can you explain how Docker and containers are important to continuous deployment and how it is useful or helpful in continuous integration?
Continuous integration and continuous delivery practices has emerged as a standard for modern software development process. So the Docker solution accelerates and optimizes the CI/CD pipelines while maintaining a clear separation of concerns between development and operations teams. Integrating Docker into CI pipeline has helped many organizations to accelerate system provisioning, reduce job time, effective job runs, enable flexibility in language stacks, and improve overall infrastructure utilization. So this technology has evolved as performing benchmark for enterprises. Organizations who leverage Docker as a part of their continuous integration pipeline can expect increased stability, reduced complexity in the environment, increased agility of the software development processes.
So, tell us, have you ever used Docker for IaaS infrastructure?
Yes, we have used Dockers for our OpenStack private cloud as a IaaS infrastructure.
Do you think Docker is useful for boosting performance and efficiency of IaaS?
Yes, the world of app development is going after Docker's container. Docker brings in speed, efficiency, and cost saving that developers love, and enterprises are finding it hard to ignore. Docker helps to boost operational efficiency, and it runs mission critical data and their applications in the environment.
Hmm. Pankaj, is there any possibility that Docker can scale up existing infrastructure without scaling up the hardware?
Yes, Docker containers allows you to share unused memory and disk between the instances. This allows you to pack many more services onto same hardware. and provide you features like checkpoint, restart, and stop them. So we can definitely scale up existing infrastructure without scaling up hardware. It is basically a question of Docker versus virtual machine. So we don't need to profile the whole OS for deploying our application. We just need a container for that, and containers are quite very lightweight, and you can have multiple containers instead of having some set of virtual machines, and it can give you a real scale up of deploying your applications over the same hardware without increasing your hardware, and you can scale it up.
Interesting. So after all that is said and done, Pankaj, why do you think is Docker so popular right now?
Docker is popular because it's the best solution available for several problems that are increasingly important and urgent to modern projects. So we have faced some challenges in past related to continuous deployment and deploying at high scale, rapidly and reproducibly. So configuration management was never easier with both standardization and quick revision. So solving these problems has been dreamed about for years, but now with containerization techniques, we have finally a shot at turning dreams into reality. Docker's main advantage is to have application portability, that is being able to run same applications on Linux host running anywhere. So it is very efficient form of machine virtualization, considering that it is a platform created to smoothen the application portability issues.
Exactly.
And there has been plenty of issues enterprise has been facing on the portabilities. So Docker is also very useful for the packing and shipping of applications.
Mm-hmm.
You are immediately able to move your apps wherever you need to get it in. It's easy to deploy Docker containers in your environment, and it is very easy to deploy your applications into cloud scenario also.
Excellent. So, Pankaj, this brings us to the end of the podcast. This discussion has definitely brought to light many new things about Docker. And it has been wonderful talking to you, Pankaj. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope to see you again.
Thanks a lot, Rani.
That brings us to the end of our podcast. Thanks for tuning in, folks. If you have any feedback for us, you can write to us at marketing@msystechnologies.com. If there's anything else that you would like to hear about, please let us know. Until next time, take care.